about you is that you have ambition to be great. My job is to coach you to get all that greatness out of you.
What is good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason. We are back here for another one. Wow, what an obviously wild day. I mean, it just doesn't stop when you're a Dolphin fan, right? I want to shout out Mem Salona. He sent a $10 donation via PayPal before we even got started today. So I want to shout him out. Appreciate you, homie. He also sent a donation on July 30th, and I didn't see it till after the show, and I want to say I appreciate you again. And on that one donation, he said, Big Kahuna Uso Rees, love you and your show, Uso, the only Miami Dolphins YouTube show that's real. Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you for continuously. He's one of the biggest supporters of this show. He's always holding me down, always holding the channel down. So I appreciate you, homie. Today was a wild day. Obviously, Stephen Ross, the tampering, everything that went on with that. We cut some players. We got players whining about opportunities, and then we had practice on top of all that. So we're gonna recap it all. I'm not gonna waste a ton of time before I get into all the information because there's just so much to go over here. You know, I will say this though, with the whole Stephen Ross thing, and we'll get into it in far more detail in a sec here. Man, I get he wants to win. I get all that. But I mean, I know every organization does this. I know a lot of owners do this. But to get your hand caught in the cookie jar 3 times and you didn't come out with either Tom Brady or Sean Payton is flat out embarrassing. It's also embarrassing that a player, Robert Kraft gets caught up in what he gets caught in. Nothing. You know what I mean? You look at Snyder over there in Washington, basically sex trafficking cheerleaders, a $10 million fine. Bring the hammer down on Beal and Ross. Don't take our draft picks away because they're idiots. Fine them $10, $20 million. If you think $1.5 million is only a blip on the radar, fine them more. Because I think it's quite trash that, we have to, as an organization, we got to pay up for it. I mean, we're now missing potentially out on a blue chip talent we could add in the draft next year. And considering right now, we don't have a ton of financial capital heading into the next 2 seasons. Well, next season specifically, that was going to mean a lot. And it's just such a mess. It's just such a mess, man. It really is. So it's kind of embarrassing. I'm not going to sit here and lie. It's embarrassing that, we're making these strides. Momentum's on our side. We're making this progress. And the idiocy of our owner once again pops up again and once again bites us in the ass. So I don't know, man. It's kind of a joke, from my honest opinion. It's kind of a joke. And we got to deal with it as Dolphin fans. So, we got to take it on the chin. We're going to get into that in a sec. Other than that, if you didn't get my Patreon update because you aren't a Patreon, I've also added it to the YouTube channel. If you are a member of the YouTube channel, it's simple. All you got to do, go ahead and go under the community tab, and there it should be sitting right there for all of you guys. Appreciate you guys who support. Guys, there's already 373 of you in the room. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. I appreciate each and every one of you for continuously supporting the channel. Hey man, it goes a long way. Camp is here. Football, meaningful football, right around the corner. I can't wait. I know you guys can't wait. Man, it's a beautiful thing right now. So, yeah, let's get into it. Like I said, we're gonna get into the raw stuff. We're gonna go over training camp today and what it looked like. We are also going to talk about Adam Butler as well as Preston Williams. We got a lot to go over. We're not going to go over any media availabilities today just because we got so much to talk about. I've got about 6 minutes worth of camp footage. Shout out to the homie Dougley Do Wrong. He sent me over the Eric is a comma throw and completion today. So I'll add that at the end after I play all the clips for you guys. I got that. Also, I want to send a huge shout out. First of all, that Dougley Do Wrong clip that was provided by a guy on Twitter named Fresco Music, I believe. I also want to send a big shout out to the homie and subscriber of the channel, Mateo. He's the one who sent me about 14 clips from camp today, including a really nice bootleg back to Jalen Waddle that you guys are going to see in these clips today too. I posted that one on Twitter as well. Go check it out. We got a ton of stuff to go over here. We got a ton of highlights. It's about 6 minutes worth of highlights from today. So we got a loaded highlight day from practice. Shout out to Mike for the $5 super sticker. And yeah, let's you know what? Let's just dive right into this. There is really no point in continuing to wait here. Let's hop right into everything. Let's start off, obviously, before we get into camp. We will start off with the big news of the day. And we'll go through it here. So the NFL announced their findings and discipline following independent investigation of integrity of the game policy violations by the Miami Dolphins. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell notified the Miami Dolphins of the discipline imposed for violations of the NFL policies relating to the integrity of the game. Today's announcement follows a 6-month investigation covering events from 2019 to 2022 that was led by former U.S. Attorney and SEC Chair Mary Jo White and a team of lawyers from the Debevoise law firm. The commissioner expressed his deep appreciation to Ms. White and her colleagues for their comprehensive and objective review of these matters. The investigation focused on 2 subjects: whether the Dolphins violated league rules prohibiting tampering with a player and a coach under contract to other clubs, and 2, whether during the 2019 season the Dolphins intentionally lost games to improve the club's draft position in the 2020 draft, and whether Dolphins chairman and managing general partner Mr. Stephen Ross offered head coach Brian Flores financial incentives or otherwise encouraged him to lose games. The commissioner thanked the Dolphins for their cooperation provided by the club and its leadership. Tampering. The investigation conclusively established violations of the anti-tampering policy on 3 separate occasions. Remember, they have an anti-tampering policy, but they opened up a legal tampering window to stop this kind of stuff because the tampering is inevitable in the NFL. But we're the only ones who do it, apparently, right? The Dolphins had impermissible communications with quarterback Tom Brady in 2019-2020 while he was under contract to the New England Patriots. Those communications began as early as August 2019 and continued through the 2019 season and postseason. So we were talking to him before Fitz gave him the work in the final game of the playoffs. In the final game of the regular season that hurt their playoff standing. These numerous and detailed discussions were conducted by Mr. Beal, who in turn kept Mr. Ross and other Dolphins executives informed of his discussions with Mr. Brady. See, this is what I'm worried about. Sure, Ross is an idiot, but it ain't setting up to look much better or be better circumstances under Beal. Beal's already doing this kind of shit. You don't have the team, and he's putting Ross. Because I'm going to tell you what this is. Beal's the catalyst. Ross, desperate to win, followed along. That's basically, I'm going to tell you right now, that's what Brady is. The Dolphins again had impermissible communications with both Brady and his agent during and after the 2021 season while he was under contract to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Those discussions began no later than early December 2021 and focused on Mr. Brady becoming a limited partner in the Dolphins and possibly serving as a football executive, although at times they also included the possibility of his playing for the Dolphins. Both messengers, Ross and Beal, were active participants in these discussions. Now, Darlington said something about this. See, the problem with this all would have been was this would have went to a vote in front of all the owners. So if he would have wanted to be a owner and play, that means we would have had to get votes, okay votes, from the owners in our own division. See, that's what people think about. As much as we wanted it, the realistic possibility of that course of he's a part owner and then he plays, a lot more difficult than people. That has to be voted on by all 32 owners. And do you think Kraft is going to okay that? There's a lot of people that'll say, no, I don't think so. They got him out of the league finally. In January 2022, the Dolphins had impermissible communication with Don Yee, the agent for New Orleans Saints head coach Sean Payton, about having Mr. Payton serve as their head coach. Miami did not seek consent from New Orleans to have these discussions, which occurred before Coach Payton announced his decision to retire as a head coach of the Saints. Following that announcement, Miami requested permission to speak to Coach Payton for the first time, which New Orleans declined to grant. So that doesn't look very good. He hadn't even announced he's retired yet, and you're hitting up his agent because obviously it's known in league circles that he's leaving. Clearly, that's what the situation is, and you're hitting him up. The investigators found tampering violations of unprecedented scope and severity. Commissioner Goodell said, I know of no prior instance of a team violating the prohibition of tampering with both a head coach and star player to the potential detriment of multiple other clubs over a period of several years. Similarly, I know of no prior instance in which ownership was so directly involved in violations. Now, tanking to improve draft position. The investigation also added whether the Dolphins intentionally lost games during the 2019 season to improve the club's draft position in the 2020 draft, and whether Mr. Ross offered financial incentives or otherwise encouraged the head coach to do so. The investigation conclusively established the following. The Dolphins did not intentionally lose games in 2019. So there you go. And we'll talk about this. Don't worry. We will talk about this. Don't you worry. The Dolphins competed hard to win every game, including at the end of the season when they beat Cincinnati and New England, despite worsening Miami's position in the 2020 draft. Number two, on a number of occasions during the 2019 season, Mr. Ross expressed his belief that the Dolphins' position in the upcoming 2020 draft should take priority over the team's win-loss record. These comments were made most frequently to team president and CEO Tom Garfinkel, but were also made to general manager Chris Greer, Vice President Brandon Shore, and Coach Flores. These comments, which he took to be suggestions that he lose games, troubled Coach Flores and led him to express concerns in writing to senior club executives, each of whom assured Coach Flores that everyone, including Mr. Ross, supported him in building a winning culture in Miami. After this, Mr. Ross no longer made any such comments to Coach Flores. One such comment is a claimed offer by Mr. Ross to pay Coach Flores $100,000 to lose games, as to which there are differing recollections about the wording, timing, and context. However phrased, such a comment was not intended or taken to be a serious offer, nor was the subject pursued in any respect by Mr. Ross or anyone else at the club. Every club is expected to make a good faith effort to win every game, Goodell stated. The integrity of the game and public confidence in professional football demand no less. An owner or senior executive must understand the weight that his or her words carry and the risk that a comment will be taken seriously and acted upon, even if that is not the intent or expectation. Even if made in jest and not intended to be taken seriously, comments suggesting that draft position is more important than winning can be misunderstood and carry with them an unnecessary potential risk to the integrity of the game. The comments made by Mr. Ross did not affect Coach Flores' commitment to win, and the Dolphins competed to win every game. Coach Flores is to be commended for not allowing any comment about the relative importance of draft position to affect his commitment to win throughout the process. Based on the findings and conclusions, the following discipline will be imposed. The Dolphins will forfeit the club's first-round selection in the 2023 draft, but we still have San Fran's, and the third-round selection in the 2024 NFL draft. Mr. Ross is suspended through October 17th, 2022. During this period, he may not be present at the Dolphins facility and may not represent the club at any team or NFL event. He may not attend any league meeting prior to the annual meeting in 2023, is removed from all league committees indefinitely, and fined $1.5 million. Mr. Bruce Beal, Dolphins vice chairman and limited partner, may not attend any league meeting for the remainder of the 2022 season and is fined $500,000. I think Beal should be getting it worse than Ross. I mean, the first two, you caught him 3 times, okay? Peyton and Brady twice. Both the Brady twice are all from Beal. They're all Bruce Beal. They all start and end with Bruce Beal. This discipline is informed by the competition committee's clear guidance that more stringent discipline, including suspensions, should be imposed for tampering violations to deter future violations and to safeguard the integrity of the game. I mean, I got a lot of thoughts here. First and foremost, before we get into Ross's comments, okay? How do you get caught this bad and you got nothing out of it? All we did was lose in this situation. That's all we did was lose. That's it. Now, in terms of the improving draft position, tanking, bro, you read this right here. I'm going to tell you this right now. I think there was evidence of it. And the reason why they did not come down on us for that is because of the optics it would look like to the public as well as companies involved in their recent dipping of the NFL toes into the gambling market. If they hadn't got into gambling and sports betting the way they have over the last year and a half, yeah, they would have came down on us, I think. I mean, read the wording. They're literally dismissing it. Everyone has admitted that the comment happened when they talk about Garfinkel manage, whatever. But they're dismissing it based off of, if you read it right here, right? It was based off of recollection and such. Right? So, there are differing recollections about the wording, timing, and context. However phrased, so they said, no matter how he said it, such a comment was not intended or to be taken a serious offer. Okay. Ross trying to win. He made the offer. Let's not all lie to ourselves, all right? I mean, here's the thing. Was Flores wrong? I mean, about the racial stuff upon their findings, I don't think they didn't talk about anything racial, so that stuff, it looks like they didn't find out. But everything else, the guy obviously had a point, but here's the thing. You can keep your 10-6 season. You can keep your 9-8 season. All of you guys that love Brian Flores and y'all defend him tooth and nail, keep your wins. I'm going to tell you how this all ended. Brian Flores did much more negative and impacted our franchise in a much more negative way than in a positive way. And at the end of the day, that's what this has come down to. Another decision, let's chalk up to, they messed it up. And it impacted us negatively. Craig Bryant says, greatest Dolphins channel with a reason. Thank you for all the work you put in to keep people like me informed and upbeat on the status of the Dolphins. Please keep the vibes and the info coming. Of course, Craig, appreciate the donation, my friend. Thank you very much. I believe I have another one here. Let me see if I can hunt her down. But that's what this is coming down to. I see I have a donation from John C. I can't. Find it in the chat. Let me pull it up here. I can read it. It's here in the chat. I can read it. Oh, there it is. All right. John C says, sucks we lost the pick. Let's make it the 32nd pick in the draft. Let's go Dolphins. Check your pulse, as our man Reason says. Bro, I agree with you. We ain't going to be crying if it's a 32nd pick. And, hey, I'm going to say this too. The San Francisco offense looks like it's struggling real bad. So, guys, hey, that San Francisco pick might be worth something. That pick might be worth something. But honestly, as this comes down to, listen, keep your 10-6 season, keep your 9-8 season. For all that this has turned into, the Flores hire was not worth the headache. When you see how Tua was handled, when you see how X was handled, when you see how other players have been handled, when we're talking about Lynn Bowden, Preston Williams, Jalen Phillips, having to get a confidence coach because he admitted it got shot under. And then you see how people were treated, and you see the outcome, man. Keep your, I'm going to say it, keep your 19-14 record over his last 2 years with no playoff appearances. We didn't even get a playoff appearance. And this is what we're dealing with. We didn't even get a playoff appearance. Again, was Brian Flores wrong? Sure doesn't look like it. But, the rat whiskers. And, hey, you could have kept this too. If you thought it was all racially motivated, you could have kept it there. But you opened Pandora's box here. And I know he's getting a nice laugh on it. So it's going to be real interesting because right after Ross's suspension is up, we face the Steelers. So that's going to be awkward. Continuing on, here's Ross's statement. And whoever told him this was a good idea to word it like this needs to be slapped in the head. And I'm not even joking. Stephen Ross. The independent investigation cleared our organization on any issues related to tanking and all of Brian Flores' other allegations. Really? As I've said all along, these allegations were false, malicious, and defamatory, and the issue is now put to rest. With regards to tampering, I strongly disagree with the conclusions and the punishment. However, I will accept the outcome because the most important thing is that there be no distractions for our team as we begin an exciting and winning season. I will not allow anything to get in the way of that. So you strongly disagree with the conclusions and the punishment, but you're going to accept the outcome. What does that tell me? That tells me they basically told you, hey, listen, we got a lot more we could fucking pin on you. Sit in the corner, shut your mouth, and take your punishment. That's what that sounds like a billionaire saying. Unbelievable that this guy's allowing Beal to get him in this kind of hot water. Unbelievable. And this is his successor? Oh boy. Oh my God. This is his, honestly, we would have been better. Like, Beal's clearly at the root of the main issue of the tampering here. Come on, NFL. You can't help us out and remove him. And you can't help us out and take away his ability to take over ownership once Ross steps aside. You can't do it. If you're going to take away the draft picks, at least take away this guy's ability to become the next owner. Help us somewhat here. Don't fully hang us out to dry. Christ. Okay. So I got a kind of an issue here with Rappaport, though. Bro, first of all, shout out to Randy. Thank you. Appreciate you, homie. Do I think Ross was in the right? Clearly, no. But let's not sit here and act like this guy's the first owner to do this in the history of football. I mean, let's not. This is the most egregious. Come on. Dan Snyder out here, pimping out his cheerleaders. Robert Kraft out here doing the Deshaun Watson before Deshaun Watson was doing it publicly. And we're going to sit here and act like Ross is the... Come on, I get it. The guy wants to win. He's just an idiot and moves like an idiot. That's all. That's it. I mean, I'm not going to fault him for trying to make the moves because he wants to win. I am going to fault him for getting caught. Right? Because the difference between him and all the other owners is they don't get caught. You really want to sit here and say Jerry Jones hasn't attempted anything like this to this extent? Stop. You know what I mean? Let's relax. All right. So, listen. I'm bitter that we lost the first. The third I can get over with. The first next year because, my expectation is Tua to become a top 12 quarterback. I don't think we're going to have a lot of financial capital to splash. That's a blue chip prospect. If you draft right, that's a blue chip prospect. So, I got an issue with the first round pick. I think they should have came down harder on Beal and Ross specifically. Not the team in terms of draft picks, because that affects the coach, that affects the GM. They didn't do anything wrong. That affects the players. They didn't do anything wrong. So that's how I feel about it. They should have come down with unprecedented terms on Beal and Ross. Beal, they should have done us the solid and removed Beal and reversed their vote to, the NFL board's vote to make him the successor. They really wanted to do something about it. So, what's up? We're back. Because the thing is, guys, do we want this kind of incompetence? I mean, sure, the reasoning and the motive, I think we can all agree they want to win. But, bro, never mind getting caught with their hand in the cookie jar. These guys had floodlights thrown on them in the middle of the night with both hands in the cookie jar. Bro, they lit the house up and they're deer in headlights with their hands in the cookie jar, man. So, anyways, I think it should have came down heavier on Ross and Beal specifically. Why are you punishing Greer? Greer's the one who's been stacking all this capital and been getting us in a good position. Why is Greer getting punished? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thank God. You know what? Thank God Chris Greer did his job and got that extra pick from San Francisco, covering up. And you know what? Let's go. You want to go even further here? There's no way they don't have someone in the building and they didn't have some kind of idea what was coming down. Should have traded one. You should have traded your pick. Because they wouldn't have been able. And we were saying this. Remember, we were saying this on this channel when this all went down. We said, trade the pick. If you know what's coming down the pipeline, trade the picks. Go get someone. You could have shipped that. You could have shipped that pick off. First round pick. Man, what? Even if it's overpaying, you could have gone and got Eric McCoy. You could have got a premium lineman for that first round pick. Even if you were overpaying, what do you care? You're not seeing the pick anyways. And don't tell me they didn't have someone, they know someone was coming down the pipeline. You should have got way ahead of this, man. Way ahead of this. I would have traded that pick so they're not touching our first till 2024 because they're not touching our third till 2024. So if we wouldn't have had a first this year, they're not taking the San Francisco pick because they can't. Then they have to take our 2024 first pick. Let's go. That's right. That's what we should have done. That is what we should have done. But instead, the fans get punished, like Larry's saying, and he's correct. Our GM, who does a fantastic work with the picks, he's getting punished. Our team's getting punished because of incompetence up top. Unbelievable. Now, again, Ross's motive was in the right place, but bro, listen, I don't know. I don't even know what a good analogy to use here. All right. Well, I guess I could do back in the days, back in old England, wherever. Okay. Family's hungry. You got to take care of the kids. You go steal a loaf of bread. Your intentions are good. You're feeding your family. But if you get caught, that hand's getting chopped off. That hand's getting chopped off right then and there. So you can have all the good intentions in the world, even if you're doing something that's very questionable, But if you get caught, your intentions don't matter anymore. And that's where we're out. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get into training camp, because like I said, we got like 6 minutes worth of training camp footage, thanks to Mateo sending me 14 clips. The clips are already out there, and Dougley sending over the clip from Fresco Music of Eric Izukama making that big pass and catch from Tua to Eric Izukama. We got that for y'all today. So let's get into training camp. Enough of Ross. All right, starting off with the Miami Herald. By the way, it came out today that Tua is married. He was married a few weeks ago. People are out here going around and like getting out the wedding certificate, and they're looking up his now wife Anna. You know, they went to Alabama together. You know, people need to relax, okay? Give the kid a freaking break. Clearly, him and Anna have a very private relationship. All right. Pretty clearly, they want their life kept private. Listen, you want to dig and see what she looks like? Cool. But people out here putting her information all over, like, stop. All right. People are making articles about it. Like, let the man breathe. All right. Okay. Enough. Unbelievable. Shout out to Tua. Got the ring with Bama, got the ring with Anna, and now he's about to get the ring with the Dolphins, baby. Let's go. The Dolphins on Tuesday held their first of 5 consecutive practice open to reporters. Check your pulse. With a Thursday off day, their only break this week. And it was a surreal morning because midway through practice, the Dolphins were severely punished by the NFL for tampering with Tom Brady. Why wouldn't we be? All right. With Brady and Sean Payton, they must give up their first round pick next year and their third round pick the year after. And owner Stephen Ross was fined through, was suspended through mid-October and fined $1.5 million. Meanwhile, here's how Tuesday's practice went. The pass rushers, defensive coordinator Josh Boyer unleashed a bunch of blitzes, but even on 4-man rushes, the Dolphins defense often got to the quarterbacks on a day that left tackle Terron Armstead sat out 7-on-7 drills. Melvin Ingram, Cameron Good, Javon Holland, and Porter Gustus had would-be sacks. Gustus had 2. Wow. Porter Gustus is a name we've been hearing lately too, eh? Christian Wilkins, Duke Riley, and Kadir Kahu flushed quarterbacks out of the pocket. Tyreek Hill, this is a recording. He began practice with a 30-yard catch and run from Tua Tagovailoa, then caught another 25-yarder from Tagovailoa and a 20-yarder from Skylar Thompson. Jalen Waddle, he scampered for 15 yards on a carry and caught a 20-yard pass from Thompson, who has looked very good the past 2 days. Eric Izukama, the receiver, caught a long pass and appears to be leading the competition for the number 4 receiver job. Like I said on my Patreon, if you guys haven't seen the update, from what I understand, if the season started today and they carried 6, Hill, Waddle, Cedric Wilson, Izukama, Trent Sherfield, Braylon Sanders. Plays of the day, Sam McGuavin blew up Myles Gaskin on a rushing attempt. Like I said yesterday, Sam McGuavin, been told, is going to probably make this roster again. Chase Edmonds scampered through a big hole created by Liam Eichenberg and Connor Williams for a sizable gain on a running play. Edmonds has had a very good camp and looks like Miami's lead back. Tagovailoa delivered another long pass to rookie Izukama for the second day in a row. This one traveled about 40 air yards, and Eric Izukama took into the end zone. Rookie corner Kadir Kahu was beaten on the play. Izukama has the look of someone who's ready to get snaps in a loaded wide receiver room. Love that picture of Tua. Thompson has staked a strong claim to a practice squad job in early camp. His accuracy has been pretty good, including a 20-yarder to Hill and intermediate throws to Cedric Wilson and Izukama on Tuesday, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. I'm telling y'all, I know I was facetious when I first said it during OTAs, but Bridgewater better be looking over his shoulder, huh? Bridgewater be throwing a pick or two every practice. This guy's out here making plays when they start putting him with the 1s and 2s. Tagovailoa had another pretty good day, aside from a near interception that Brandon Jones dropped. He also had one overthrow to Wilson on a sideline throw. I believe that highlight is in the package that I'll show you guys. Xavier Howard had tight coverage, but was otherwise on target, completing several 10 to 25-yard throws and a deeper one to Izukama. Tagovailoa had thrown just 2 interceptions in 6 practices. Teddy Bridgewater was back in 11-11 drills after missing Monday's team drills with a minor injury. He took snaps behind Tagovailoa. Zach Seiler and Sheldrick Redwine stuffed Salvin Ahmed on a rushing attempt. Mike Gesicki, who was targeted in the passing game only once in the previous 2 practices, caught a 15-yard pass. Ahmed remains involved in the passing game, just as he was last August. He can take advantage of defenders on wheel routes if he makes the team and gets playing time. Waddle, Edmonds, Noah Benogany, Devontae Dedmon, and Raheem Mostert worked as returners in addition to other responsibilities. Oh, don't like that. Don't like Waddle, Edmonds, and Mostert out there. I mean, if Noah's only way to carve a role is as a returner for now, and same with Dedmon, so be it. Zach Seiler wore the orange practice jersey awarded to the best player in previous day's practice. Byron Jones, Dieter, and Butler, Elijah Campbell, and John Lovett remained sidelined. Taron Armstead and Sony Michel were limited as the Dolphins transitioned them back from the offseason procedures. They both have been cleared medically, but the Dolphins are being judicious in their camp usage. Mostert and Alec Ingold, who are coming off 2021 knee surgeries, were in red non-contact jerseys. Both say they will be ready for the season opener. Continuing on with training camp, here is what Alain Poupart at SI had to say. Sorry, I apologize. This is Omar Kelly in the Sun Sentinel. I apologize. Eric Izukama began training camp at a whispers tone, but as practices have continued, the Miami Dolphins rookie receiver is beginning to get attention. Izukama, former Texas Tech standout, the Dolphins selected in the 4th round of the 2022 NFL Draft, has been making at least one head-nodding catch per day the last few practices. During the 11-11 portion of Tuesday's practice, which was Miami's second practice in front of fans, the rookie caught a 30-yard teardrop pass from Tagovailoa along the right sideline. And as impressive as the catch was, what stood out the most about the play was a stiff arm he gave the Dolphins defensive back, which put him on the ground and allowed Izukama to run with the ball an extra 15 yards for what would have been a 50-yard touchdown if the play had counted. I'm a rookie, said Izukama, who's known for using his body and bringing down contested catches the same way Devontae Parker used to. I'm trying to make plays and get the playbook right. As if the rookie's draft status didn't already keep him safe on the receiver depth chart and receiver hierarchy, the fact he's blossoming in Miami's West Coast offense is a good sign that he might contribute in 2022 because Izukama brings something completely different to Miami's speed-heavy receiver unit. I know my play style is different from them, but I take some of their game and incorporate it in mine as well. And you saw it on film at Texas Tech. Sure, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but his ability after the catch was unbelievable. I just go out there every day and try to do what I do best. Dolphins defensive coordinator Josh Boyer has seemingly abandoned the vanilla defense looks he used the first week of camp, routinely blitzing the Dolphins offense on Tuesday. The pressure didn't always produce sacks, but they did rush the quarterback's processing time. Greg Little and Larnell Coleman have struggled for most of camp, but the pair of reserve offensive tackles had a better showing on Tuesday in the first padded practice. Well, there you go. That's a good sign. Tailback Chase Edmonds had a couple of nice runs, both inside and outside, and seems to be distancing himself from the field when it comes to productivity. Raheem Mostert fumbled, and cornerback Trill Williams recovered it. Love to see that. With Trill keeps making plays. Cam Good and Melvin Ingram produced would-be sacks in 11-11s. Rookie quarterback Skylar Thompson had one of his better practices of camp, highlighted by Trent Sherfield downfield catch along the left sideline. That would have been good for 35 yards. Cornerback Xavier Howard got an extended amount of snaps during 11-11 period and could be spotted shadowing Hill, who had a quiet practice when lined up against the Dolphins Pro Bowl cornerback. Ooh. Interesting development, huh? Pads, come on. X shadows Hill, and Hill's quiet today, huh? The right side of the Dolphins starting offensive line, which features Austin Jackson and Robert Hunt, was consistently moving defenders during the team's first padded practice, opening right side holes for Miami's tailbacks, who were able to turn the corner at ease during Tuesday's session. If this remains consistent and the Dolphins can produce a respectable, if not potent, rushing attack, this offense could be scary. Oh, baby, I told y'all. I told y'all. What did I tell y'all? Austin Jackson, right tackle. What did I say when we signed McDaniel? What did I say? Let's keep it consistent, though. I'm only taking notes. Let's start, do this in joint practices and preseason games so I can put some stock into it, Austin. Let's go. Stock down. Brandon Jones dropped a pass thrown directly to him from Tagovailoa during one on the 11-11 drills. That's the second time since camp started last week that he has dropped an interception within his grasp. If Jones intends to be impactful, starting strong safety, as his first two seasons indicate he can be, he'll need to deliver on those type of plays. Peter and Lovett were out. Armstead and Shoney Michel each had veterans maintenance day, and Bridgewater returned to throwing a day after not throwing during team periods. All right. Continuing on. This is what Elaine Pupar, 630 of you in the room. Smash that like button. Subscribe for new. You know what it is, baby. This is what Elaine Pupar had to say about day 7. Though it was overshadowed in a big way by the off-the-field news, the Miami Dolphins had their first padded practice of training camp at the Baptist Health Training Complex on Tuesday. Rookie Skylar Thompson and Braylon Sanders got things going by prompting the fans in attendance to do the wave after practicing their moves before they closed practice Monday. Let's dive into practice report. Obviously, he says Butler, Dieter, and Lovett were out again. Moser and Alec Ingold again wore non-contact red jerseys. Taron Armstead and running back Sony Michel were both out for load management reasons. Jalen Phillips left the practice field early and did not return. Let's hope that's cramping. Defensive lineman Zach Seiler wore the orange jersey as the top performer for the practice Monday. I'm praying that with Jalen Phillips, it was just cramping, because I know Tristan Wirfs, he got carted off today and everyone was freaking out, and it actually ended up being just cramping. So I'm hoping he's good. I'm hoping that he's straight. Would love to get an update. I would love to get an update. Would love to get an update. So let's see if anyone was there today and saw him come back out. Let me know. Let me know. I'll see. I'm trying to see if I can get an update for you guys. I don't see anything really. Let me see if I can find y'all. Yeah, we don't know yet. There is no word yet exactly on what the deal is. From what I can understand, there is no update on Jalen Phillips right now. Just so everybody knows. All right. And, I've heard, I know he didn't come back out. That's all I know. All right. Zach Seiler, he wore the orange jersey today. Porter Gustin had himself a breakout performance of sorts, coming up with 2 would-be sacks. Defensive tackle Christian Wilkins made his presence felt by getting into the backfield on a running play and also getting a pressure on a pass attempt. Quarterback Tagovailoa had his second really strong outing in 2 practices in front of fans. By unofficial count, Tagovailoa completed 14 of 19 passes, the highlight coming on a long sideline pass to rookie 4th-rounder Eric Izukama. He also had some nice completions over the middle. Closed out practice with a touchdown pass to Jalen Waddle in a red zone situation. It was another very light day for Teddy Bridgewater, who took his turn for 3 sets in team drills after being kept out of teams Monday because of a minor injury. Bridgewater mostly handed off, though, as he completed his only pass attempt, a swing pass to Salvin Ahmed. Skylar Thompson had his best performance in a couple of practices. He went 5 and 9 He showed nice zip on his passes and had long completions to Waddle and Trent Sherfield. Other observations that were made: Mike Gesicki was much more of a factor than he had been to this point of camp today. After having only one catch in the first 5 practices, Gesicki had 4 receptions on the day. Brandon Jones is now 0 for 2 in potential interceptions after he dropped to his worst pass of the day, an overthrow intended for Gesicki over the middle. Hill and Waddle again were the main targets in the passing game. Not exactly shocking. Preston Williams was not targeted once in team drills in his first practice after tweeting he wanted an opportunity. Duke Riley had himself an active day, including meeting Ahmed on the line during a running play. 7th round pick Cameron Good had a would-be sack against Thompson. Melvin Ingram also had a would-be sack. Sam McGuavin popped Myles Gaskin at the line on a running play. Moser dropped a perfectly thrown pass by Tua down the sideline. And linebacker Brendan Scarlett batted down a Thompson pass at the line of scrimmage. Now, I know I usually go through his timeline, but he was all over the map today. So I'm just actually going to use his training camp report. Here is the official training camp report from Travis Wingfield. The Dolphins focused to pour resources into the offense this offseason, paid practice dividends on Tuesday through multiple avenues. The pass protection performed well against frequent pressure looks. The running backs took advantage of creases created in the run game, and the players outside earned the fanfare they've received. To add to the recipe, a small rookie class is getting opportunities and making the most of them, starting with the team's first 2 picks in wide receiver Eric Izukama and linebacker Channing Tindall. We heard from both rookies about their growth 1 week into camp, as well as a detailed explanation of the challenges of a rookie season from head coach Mike McDaniel. To find the press conference of Michael McDaniel, you can go there. All right. Another day with a handful of touchdown passes, more chunk gains, and no turnovers. Quarterback Tagovailoa continued to build on a strong start to camp. Today, the defense dialed up pressure with a handful of blitz looks for the third-year quarterback. Veteran linebacker Duke Riley was impressed by his teammate. And one thing I did notice out of the 15 clips I got sent, they really kept rolling him back to his right side today a lot. And he was making throws with pressure bearing down on him in his face. Duke Riley said, I think he did a good job, and I think it's really good that we're giving him those looks. Riley said, we've obviously, as a defense, have a lot of looks. We show a lot of different things, and we're making it harder for him. I feel like we're giving him some of the hardest things he'll see throughout the season, so I think will help him through the games and in game situations. Tagovailoa beat a lot of blitzes today. He's making quick decisions, sliding in the pocket to achieve clean throwing platforms, and helping his receivers maximize the run after the catch with his location. Placing the ball consistently on the upfield shoulder allowed Miami's decorated skill group to eat up yards. It was fitting that on the day McDaniel explained the challenges for a rookie in the NFL, that 4th-round pick Eric Izukama made the biggest play of the day. Tagovailoa found Izukama for a 68-yard touchdown strike, stepping up into the pocket. Tua soared a pass 40 yards downfield to Izukama, who gained enough separation just as the ball descended from Tagovailoa into the rookie's waiting arms. Izukama finished the play by cutting back and taking it to the end zone. He broke down the play after practice. My number was called. I went into the huddle. Tua gave the play. I just self-imagery, went out there and ran the route. It was a beautiful ball. I'm glad I was able to make a play for QB1. The only player drafted earlier by Miami in 2022 was linebacker Channing Tindall, taken in the 3rd round. Both players discussed the rookie learning curve and their progress early into training camp. I draw every play. Every day they give us a script, and I just draw every play before I go to sleep, just so I can't mentally see it, Izukama said. Then the next day I read it over before we go out to practice. I do my best day to day to grasp the information and go out there and make plays. Coach Campanelli always preaches you're going to make mistakes, but not to make the same mistake twice, Tindall said. That's what I'm focused on. When I go out there, I'm mentally taking notes. Whatever I have to do to master it, it's just repetition. Skylar Thompson made plays both on and off script and had one of his better days of practice. Undrafted linebacker DeAndre Johnson picked up a sack and a pressure while fellow UDFA Zaquandre White scampered for a 10-yard run at one point during the team period. While White wasn't the only back finding room to work with, Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert both hit daylight for some chunk gains In the running game, Chase Edmonds continues to impress with his decision-making and ability to start and stop at the snap of a finger. Moser found some space on a couple of runs and nearly pulled in a long reception on another well-located pass from Tagovailoa. Both backs ran behind some impressive blocking, including a punishing block from a pulling Robert Hunt to lead the way for the biggest run play of the day. The pass protection has been solid throughout camp and perhaps at its best on Tuesday. The quarterbacks frequently had time to operate on the occasional flash from a rusher. The Miami quarterbacks had enough space to step around with the aid of a block. The relationship between the quarterback and the line, knowing where to protect, was evident. Trent Sherfield ended Tuesday's practice with a sterling sideline catch on a back shoulder ball from rookie quarterback Skylar Thompson. After practice, Sherfield, who was with Mike McDaniel in San Francisco in 2021, expanded on the mindset McDaniel offers that has this Dolphins team playing loose, having fun, and executing at a high rate through 6 days of camp. What stands out to me is that he's the same guy that he was in San Fran. He didn't come here, get a head coaching job, and then all of a sudden just change. He's been that way. He's been that same guy. He's going to keep you on your toes. He wants to be player interactive. He's a player first coach. He's very aware. He's aware of his surroundings. He's a very, very intelligent person. I'm grateful to be playing for him again. The thing that I can respect most is that he's still Mike. You can go up and talk to him at any time. He's not somebody who's going to shield off and doesn't want to talk or anything like that. He'll ask you about your family, anything outside of the football. That's the type of person he is for sure. It would be disingenuous to admit the play of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle simply for the sake of not becoming repetitive because we're going to repeat the track again. Hill and Waddle had nice big days once again, catching multiple passes and running for chunks of yards before the nearest defender could convert. See, right? We just read a report where they said X shut him down, and now Travis is saying he had some plays. So again, Travis is a company man, so we gotta you gotta pick and choose what you invest in here. We've always known about the speed, but on Tuesday we received tangible information about just how fast these guys can get rolling. It's funny because every time that Tyreek Hill isn't the fastest guy on the field, I make a huge deal with the team, McDaniel said. I build it up like, Tyreek, congratulations, man. You've been working so hard. You got third. Like, we're all so happy for you. And he gets, but I did enough where I pushed him to Tyreek entered into the 23 miles per hour, which you don't really see that often at practice. And all this speed talk is just making him go faster. So write what you will. Man, good stuff. And then here are the notes from the Palm Beach Post on today. I'm going to go back to Travis's timeline, by the way. Don't worry. From here on out. It's just we had a lot of stuff to get through today. The Dolphins had a practice open to fans with tickets on Tuesday at the Baptist Health Training Facility. Before practice, Coach Mike McDaniel said he does not believe Michael Dieter's foot injury will be an issue for the regular season. McDaniel said Tyreek Hill has been the fastest timed player on the practice field at more than 23 miles per hour. The coach said trying to choose which weapon to use on any given day is like the guy with 3 yachts trying to decide which yacht to take out. Tuesday was the first day Dolphin players were permitted to wear pads. Obviously, same injuries he noted as everyone else. Armstead and Michelle, he noted, also out with load management. Siler was rocking the orange jersey, and he was rocking some AC/DC. He's thunderstruck, baby. Let's go. Loud cheers at Tua Tagovailoa open practice with a crossing completion to Tyreek Hill. Chance of let's go Dolphins up from the crowd. Wilkins and Melvin Ingram had some push along the defensive line. Rookie Cameron Good had what would have been a sack. Skylar Thompson connected with Jalen Waddle on the sideline route. Connor Williams had a high snap to Tagovailoa, worth monitoring. Again, because he's had snap issues, right? Javon Holland had a pressure, and Tua overthrew Cedric Wilson. Porter Gustin had what would have been a sack of Teddy Bridgewater. Later, Gustin had another pressure. Sam McGuavin had a good hit on Myles Gaskin. Brandon Jones dropped a would-be interception from Tagovailoa. Tua just dropped in a gorgeous over-the-shoulder pass to Eric Ezukanma down the right sideline. At his best, Tua can really have excellent touches on passes like that. He can use small windows. So, again, I heard it was another relatively sharp day for Tua. I heard Tua looked good once more. He's piling them up right now. I mean, what else can we say? He's piling them up. And you love to see it. Good for him. Good for him. I am, QB1, baby. Let's go. QB1. Make that top 12 leap like I expect you to. Like I need you to. Make it. It's gonna happen. And Skylar Thompson, Bridgewater, you can't keep missing these reps. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And the highlight of that training camp to me report of all those reports to me was Robert Hunt and Austin Jackson putting in work. To me, that's huge. That's what we've been waiting for. And it's nice to finally see that a little bit. It really is. So, man, the offensive line is putting in some work. Man, the receivers are doing their thing. The running back room was looking decent today. I love it, baby. Pads are on, and our offense, pads came on, and our offense last year didn't start away getting dominated by the defense out the gate. Good sign, man. Good sign. Last year, when the pads came on, if you don't remember, our defense was giving our offense the work a little bit. So very positive to see things in a little bit of a different light a year later in a different scheme, especially with all the money and, additions we've made to the offense to see, obviously, again, you don't put stock in it because it's practice, but obviously to see some sort of tangible results, at least showing up in practice early on, that's a good thing. That's worth being positive about, I think. So good stuff there, man. Real good stuff. Real good stuff. But let's keep it going here. I want to get into Preston Williams. In case you guys didn't see yesterday, Preston Williams, he tweeted out this. And he tweeted this out at 7:14 yesterday. Just want an opportunity. Hashtag SMH, shaking my head. Preston, you've had opportunities. Let's not sit there and act like you haven't had opportunities, all right? But I'll entertain you. You spoke about it after practice. So let's show everyone what you said after practice. I'll entertain you. All right, here's what you said after practice regarding the tweet.
I'm not getting the opportunities I deserve. Simply scripted wise, not being on the field wise. Just if I gotta go route, they're gonna play over top and script it like that. So opportunity to show that I can beat my man. That's all.
Did you have a conversation with Mike West?
We had a conversation, like OTAs. The one specific thing I asked him was, I just want my opportunity. He said, you'll get your opportunity. So I just want to make him man his word. That's all.
Have you asked for a trade, or will you, Preston?
I haven't asked for anything. Definitely talked with my agent, but haven't asked for anything.
After you saw them make all the moves they made in the offseason, what motivated you to sign with this team, knowing they had drafted a wide receiver and signed another one in free agency?
Well, I like competition. So I feel like if coach said they're going to let me compete, I'm going to come compete. I've been here, you know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not sign that with the team I've been with since my rookie year?
So he's going to talk to his agent. You go talk to your agent. If this is going to get us, I don't know, you traded to Chicago for Tevin Jenkins, I'm down. If this is going to get you shipped out for a center, I'm down. You go talk to your agent, Preston. And this guy comes out, I don't think I'm getting the opportunity I deserve. Bro, if you're not getting the opportunities, why is there? What? If you're not getting, how is Braylon Sanders emerging? A massive dark horse UDFA. Do you think they walked into OTAs and training camp saying, oh, we got to make sure we get Braylon Sanders opportunities? No. Opportunities present themselves for Braylon Sanders and you make the most of them. Listen, we've read the training camp reports lately. You've had drop passes and you've muffed punts. Like, this is literally in training camp reports. So to sit here and say they haven't given you opportunities, bro, we've put up with your injured ass for how many years? You're literally Devontae Parker 2.0. And now you're out here complaining about opportunities when you're dropping passes in practice and you're muffing punts. But it's everyone else's fault. And you deserve opportunities. Bro, this is a new regime, bro. You know, opportunities weren't handed you to under Flores. When we traded for Hill, when we signed Cedric Wilson, when we brought in his boys, River Craycraft and Trent Sherfield, what do you think? They weren't going to get opportunities either? You know, I know exactly what it is. You see yourself, you see everyone everyone else getting talked about. You see these UDFAs separating themselves in camp, and now you're in your feelings. It's over. I'm going to say it right now. August 2nd, Preston don't make this team. And taking it to social media like that and then talking like that, I'm going to talk to my agent. Go talk to your agent. Brother, what do you think we're getting for you? We're not getting a third. We're not getting a fourth. So take that entitled attitude somewhere else. All right, here are the highlights from today for everyone. It's about 6 minutes long. And then we'll play the Eric Izakama play at the end. Shout out to the homie Dougley for sending that through. So here is today how it looked. I've composed 14 clips that the homie Mateo sent me, as well as other clips I found online, all from today. Now, I am worried that Mateo's clips might be a little distorted because they were sent to me through Instagram. I downloaded them through Instagram, so we'll see. Everyone get ready. I'm going to mute that just for purposes in case. The boys getting the workout. The big orange ball on the field. Love it. Love every minute of it. Again, you see the view. Fans in attendance. That's the view we're looking at. These aren't them, guys. I know you say they're not that bad. These aren't them. You'll know when we get to them. Appreciate you, Mateo. I see you said you sent them. It's too late. I composed everything together. If I see anything in email, I'll probably post it on Twitter. These aren't it, though. They'll start soon. We're gonna go through some warm-up drills, make you feel like you're sitting there. Grab your popcorn, let them warm up. Boys hitting the field officially now. Appreciate you, Mateo. Thank you for your help, brother. Some sled work. Let's go. If you happen to go again, bro, Mateo, no problem. Send it to me. Email me. Was working the sled here a little bit. Love it. Oh, big. Appreciate you, Mateo. Thank you very much, sir. Again, here you go. Look at it. Just Phillips just is such a monster. It's unreal. I hope he's okay, man. You see him just toss that sled to the side, that tackling machine to the side. Just get out of my way, man. I'm hoping that Phillips is okay, man. I really am. Oh, let me put that music back on. Again, more work on the defensive side. These are the Mateo's vids. Again, appreciate you, Mateo. All about techniques and pass. Techniques and fundamentals, boys and girls. Let's go. Here we go. I believe that's Chase Edmonds up the middle too, right, Mateo? Big run by Chase Edmonds up the middle there. A little motion. A lot of motion. Nice throw. Also right there on the right sideline. Loving every minute of it, baby. Motion again. Look at that. Ooh, the fake and the toss. Look at it. Hit the edge. Love it. Up the sideline. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Right? Look at this. Steps up, maneuvers the pocket, makes the throw to the middle of the field for a completion. Huge. Love it. Love it. Again, look at the coverage drop back. Tua steps up, moves up in the pocket. Look at, he wanted downfield, but he took what the defense gave him. I'm actually going to bring that back for you guys. I want you to watch that again. Watch him drop back. He's going to take what the defense gives him. Look, he wants to step up. No, take what the defense gives him. Beautiful stuff from Tua. That's what I want to see. Motion. Again. There you go. The screen off the motion. Up the right sideline. Let's go. Let's go. Again, the low route. Tua hits it. I believe this might be the overthrow to Wilson. I may be incorrect, but I think it is. Yeah, fakes it, boots leg to the side. Oh no, it's not. It's not. What a catch! What a throw! Again, the bootleg, the miss to Wilson's coming up, the overthrow. But look at this. Fake, they fight, look at pressure on him, back foot, off platform, makes the throw, gives the receiver a chance to get upfield. Looked like that was Tyreek Hill, too. Gave him a chance to get upfield. Under the shotgun, look at this. Look at that. This is the overthrow. Just misses Wilson. Like it was right there. It was right there. Look at that. There's that completion to Hill again up the left sideline for y'all. But look at this. Just misses Wilson. Right here. Just misses him. Oh. Now look at this. Another handoff. Up the sideline, in for the score. Look at this throw. To a bootleg, pressure in his face, jumping, and look at the catch by Waddle. Wow. Look at this again. I love this throw. I love this play. This is one I put on Twitter for y'all. Check this out. This next play here. Okay, so this next play, Tua's going to bootleg back to his right. Watch the defender. The defender's going to break through. He's going to jump and try to get his hands and bat down the pass. Tua's going to put it over him where only Waddle can make the catch. Waddle gets a separation, climbs the ladder, makes the catch. Beautiful play. Watch this. Beautiful stuff. Love it. Again, Tua, look at bootlegging to his right again. They're loving the bootleg back to his non-throwing side, eh? They're loving it. Another handoff up the middle. Love it. Love it, love it. Love it, man. Love this stuff. I'll keep showing y'all here. We got more. There you go. Phillips put in that work. Oh, did I play the... Oh, no. Yeah, I played the wrong video for you guys. Hold on. Give me a sec here. Because there's more on the other one I got. Hold on. Yeah, this one. All right, let me play this for you. All right. I guess I didn't. Look at that pass by Skylar Thompson. Boom. That's a Trent Sherfield. 2 toes in right along the sideline. Here's Tua. There's that final touchdown to Jalen Waddle to end practice. And then, Mohamed Sanu and all the boys, this is them after practice. They're all putting in some work. So you got the guys out there actually putting in work after practice. Absolutely love it. Now I got some more throws here to show you guys. Let me play them for you guys here. Here's one. Two bootlegs again. There's that Hill pass that I showed you guys earlier. That Hill catch, there's a closer view of it. That's a closer view of that Hill one I showed you guys earlier off the bootleg. Another one too. Oh, that one not working. And then, okay, you know what? Let's just hop straight to it. I think I have it right here. Yeah. Here is the throw to Eric is a comma for you guys. Bring it back one more time for you guys. We really got to zoom in on this one. There's the throw to Eric is a comma. So those are all the highlights from today. Appreciate Mateo. Appreciate Dougley for helping me out and sending some clips through. Appreciate all you guys, man. So finally here, in case you guys had no idea and didn't know, the Miami Dolphins officially released Adam Butler for a failed physical. I would not be surprised if they try to bring him back. Now, here's where it lies. If you go to Spot Track, we didn't save any cap, but if you go to Over the Cap, they say we saved about $4.15 million on this. So, according to Over the Cap, we saved $4.15 million on this move. According to Spot Track, we saved nothing. So, one of those things of choose who you want to believe. I've been told that Over the Cap is the gold standard, so lean towards believing what they have, man. So, guys, smash that like button. 680 of you in the room. You already know what time it is, people. Here's the deal. They are only off Tuesday this week, I believe, Thursday, from what I understand. So, Thursday, I'm going to be recording the first episode back of The Finish Line. The announcement I forgot to make yesterday, but I will make to you guys tonight, is that we are going to be leaving DolphinsTalk.com, and The Finish Line is going to be becoming a part of the Believe Network, the Believe Podcast Network. So we'll be moving platforms this off season. You'll still be able to find us on, Spotify, iTunes, all of that goodiness stuff. But just so everyone isn't surprised, we are moving to the Believe Network, and we're our Twitter account that we created moons ago will honestly finally become active this season as well. So looking forward, as well as this week I will be recording with Neil Driscoll and Fin Too Deep. We'll be returning. Stay tuned to the Patreon. Updates will be coming. I gave you guys a big update yesterday. More updates will obviously be coming as we get through training camp here. Basically, guys, fact of the matter is Ross went along with Beal because he wants to win. We're in the position we're in now where they should have had the hammer dropped on them, not the team, but the team is getting the hammer dropped on them. And without a first and a third round pick, no first next year from our own, we'll still have San Francisco's. And then the year after that, in 2024, they're taking our third round pick. So you get caught with your hand in the cookie jar multiple times. I don't know what to say. Did it to yourselves, and we only have, our owner and his friend to blame for this debacle. So, is what it is. As far as I'm concerned, with training camp tomorrow, I will be back tomorrow. And so I'll be live around 8:00. Sorry for my tardiness tonight. I just had to get there's a couple things with the highlight videos I wanted to get straightened out. So listen, I say we do Mateo's idea. We pool our money together and we buy a percentage of the Fins to become a partner. And you know what? Let's turn this into the Packers. Let's just take over this team. You know what I'm saying? It's time the fan base ruled a little bit here. So, guys, it's a beautiful day. We found out Tua's married. Tua keeps balling out. Tua's got more rings than the Buffalo Bills. Let's go, baby. It's a beautiful day. Let's keep building off these practices. Pads came on. Passing offense still looked good today. So the running game obviously had some creases, had some lanes, and they hit them today. Beautiful stuff. So I'll be back tomorrow night around 8:00. Y'all already know what time it is. Fins up, baby. All day, every day, even beyond the grave in which we'll lay. Let's get it, baby. Season around the corner. Let's go. Let's go. 11 days away. 11 days away from preseason football. Check your pulse, baby. Let's go. Fins up, baby. Everyone stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. And I will see y'all tomorrow night.